Very important topic I would like to talk about is how biomedical therapy can be much more harmful than psychotherapy. Biomedical therapy is the treatment with medications to mental disorders or mental deficiencies, mood disorders such as anxiety, depression. Now, this is going to be talking about why psychotherapy should be used more often than biomedical therapy, because biomedical therapy is more prone to have harmful effects, like side effects. Would you rather have the convenience of speaking face-to-face with an individual who can actually help you get routines for later on in life? Or would you rather be popping pills every day, every night, for the rest of your life for something to cure? According to the National Institute of Mental Health, psychotherapy is a variety of treatment techniques that aim to help a person identify and change troubling emotions, thoughts, and behavior. I'm going into the field of psychology, so I've done a fair share of research onto what types of therapy you should have. There should be a fine line of balance between them. I'm not trying to completely discredit biomedical therapy, but it is used in mass amounts compared to psychotherapy, which it's looked down on. I'm going to talk about why also there are different categories of psychotherapy and why they can be used in different occasions. You can't always rely on one whole field like psychotherapy and another biomedical therapy. With psychotherapy, pharmacists will have much less stress on reviewing potential prescription errors made by physicians or psychiatrists. In most cases, pharmacists need to edit a prescription due to errors made by physicians and psychiatrists. These include dosage, directions, miscommunication, and others. Now, an error in prescription is present about 1.5% of the time, according to Martinez, Sanchez, and Ramona Campos. Duplicate medication is present in 36% of all prescription errors. General practitioners have a hard time handling medications because of the way the process is. Now, they usually say that experts are, patients see experts often that recommend different medications. So what ends up happening is there's this thing called polypharmacy. And polypharmacy is more than one medication at once, and multiple side effects coming together can have very detrimental effects. And this is actually most common in older individuals, the elderly, because at that stage in life, especially physically, they're going to have to be taking a lot of medications for themselves, because as you get older, you obviously have to rely on people at some point, medications for a certain amount of time to do certain things, such as a back injury, but this is talking about mental, like older individuals still need more medication, statistically. These occurrences lead me to all around assess the psychotherapy as one of the most safe ways to help someone. It's a very good method of therapy, and the subcategories of it consist of cognitive behavioral, interpersonal, and psychodynamic therapy. Different forms of psychotherapy are used across individuals who suffer from anxiety, depression, and bipolar disorder, PTSD, and the British government plans to fund £400 million in the name of psychotherapy. That way it'll pave the way for around 6,000 psychotherapists. That way patients can actually have more access to psychotherapy. This is very good that it's starting in a country as developed as the UK, because the UK has the funds to get it out. They have all sorts of media. They're not like a poor country, so it's a very good place to start, although the United States will hopefully soon be adopting this. But all around, someday there will have to be equilibrium between psychotherapy and the biomedical therapy, because in some cases you need medication. It's just a fact. In other cases, you're going to need one-on-one talking, group therapy, things like that, because you don't learn defense mechanisms and strategies to cope with a certain illness or disease if you just do biomedical therapy, because medication doesn't teach you how to do something, it's just doing it for you. That way, if you don't have it, you can help yourself. And by helping yourself, it can mean you might not need to ever take that medication because you have like mastered a certain strategy of not having to take that medication. Now that I've given this rundown, one last major error of the biomedical therapy field is that patients who requested advertised drugs were nearly 17 times more likely to receive one or more new prescriptions than patients who did not request any drugs. So this leads me to think, do the doctors or physicians and or psychiatrists really know what they're prescribing? Because that is monumental. The people are seemingly influencing them to prescribe them something that they would not have been sure to prescribe in the first place.